My mission is to inspire you to be the best you that you can be. Failure does not exist in a positive mind. Stay optimistic.
Greetings and peace be unto you. This is the Inspiration Show entitled They Don't Really Care About Us. Well, unless you've been laying up underneath a rock or what have you all this time, you know we're going through some dangerous and serious times. But fear not. Please don't panic. I hope you're preparing for whatever might be ahead, even though you may not know what exactly will be ahead, what to expect, what have you. But only thing you can do is prepare and just get right. So when I say they don't really care about us, the they is let's start with China, who don't care about actually probably the world, because if they cared enough about the world, then this stuff wouldn't have spread the way it spread, right? This pandemic, this disease, this virus, what have you. Could they have controlled it? I think so. I think they could have actually controlled it to some degree. If you've been watching things, they actually are recovering from the disease. It seems like they're recovering while the rest of the world seems to be growing in numbers and spreading. How is that? I don't know. We'll figure it out at some point, I guess. But for right now, it's definitely not looking good for the rest of the world, as China is starting to recover from the virus that started in China. Go figure. You got different states issuing curfews and what is this thing called? Quarantine in place or stay in place, some mess like that. I don't even know the proper word. But if you're in New York, California, New Jersey, places like that, you know exactly what I'm talking about, even though I can't explain the exact wordage of it. I'm in New York, so I'm feeling the effects of it to some degree. But I happen to be part of the essential personnel, as they call it. So I still have to go to work. The good thing is that where I work at, I'm not in contact at the moment with virtually anyone other than who I work with. That's about it. So I don't see anybody primarily all day long, almost. Just about. Good thing, bad thing, indifferent thing, don't really matter to me. Just don't touch me. We good. So other than that, a lot of businesses are hurting from this. A lot of people are suffering. I went to a store earlier today and it was like a ghost town outside almost. Like it was really bad. I spoke to the owner and he was saying that he's hurting. His business, he's not doing anywhere near the numbers that he was doing before. You know, people are literally not buying anything. They're not even wanting to come inside the store. You know, I seen people walking around looking like, what do you call it? Looking like World War Z out here. Masked up, gloved up. Hey, nothing against that. That's what you want to do, fine. But, I don't know. The funny thing about it is that they're not saying that this thing is airborne. Which, from my other research, other than what's on the news, this thing is airborne. So, somebody can talk, spit on you or something from their talking, can breathe the stuff on you, whatever. It can get ugly, can get really ugly. So, yeah, you might need your mask, but you got to have the right mask. You can't just grab any mask you see and put it on and hope that that's what it is. And it's because it's not the case. Every mask is not going to do the trick. I recommend, and not just me personally, this is from research. If you don't know for sure from me telling you, look it up. The N95 mask has a respirator thing in it. And I believe it's reusable, that particular one. So you could either go that route, or you can go the route of getting disposable ones. But keep in mind, if you get the disposable masks, make sure they're the proper masks for the situation. So don't go get a painter's mask or a dust mask. You need a mask that's supposed to keep that stuff out of your system, basically. And then, importantly, when you take it off, don't sit it on the table and come back and put it back on. You just contaminated that mask. If you're going to take it off and you put it somewhere, whatever like that, another key thing, if you touched it with your gloves, the same gloves you had on all day long, touching everything, and now you grab the mask, you just contaminated that mask. Keep that in mind. So the gloves and the mask all go in the garbage. You need new masks, new gloves. Okay? Just so you know. Because there's going to be somebody out there that's going to take the mask, they're going to throw it on a dresser, hang it up on the hanger, whatever like that, and think that mask is still going to be good. When you actually going to do is recontaminating yourself. I'll give you a quick story. I use a CPAP machine. And the mask, I got sick from using the mask. It wasn't so much I got sick from the mask. I got sick because the mask got contaminated with germs. Because I probably didn't clean it properly enough that day or whatever the case. I don't know what happened. But I had like a nasty cough. So I had to clean that mask every day. Or whenever I use it, I need to clean it. And then make sure that it's properly, dried out, whatever like that. And then my hands are clean. See, they're telling you how the story with wash your hands, wash your hands. You should automatically wash your hands. Somebody got to tell you wash your hands and you're a grown man, a grown woman. Slap yourself first. And then afterwards, think about why the hell someone would have to tell a grown person to wash their hands. I mean, you shouldn't have to even tell your kids to wash their hands. But yeah, hygiene, of course. I mean, this is things that you just know this thing already. It's just crazy. It's totally crazy. Hopefully, from all this, people are going to learn to be more cognizant of the things they do. Restaurants, as well as just regular folk every day, because it don't make any daggone sense at all that someone has to tell you to do these simple, normal things that you should just do on your own every day. Now, don't become a germaphobe either. Don't be like, if somebody rubs up against you, you got to be all, I was on the elevator one day, and this lady is in the corner, all cooped up. She's in the elevator. She's all cooped up on the elevator wall so hard that it's like she's about to become a part of the elevator. She's all like, oh. And I'm like, all right, I know, social distancing and all this other stuff, right? Fine. But while you're trying to cooped all up in the elevator in the corner trying to stay away from me or whoever, you're actually rubbing all that germ on you, on your whole body from that elevator. Can you imagine all the germs on the elevator wall? You don't even want to think about that. Imagine if you had that type of x-ray vision to see the actual germs on the elevator door. Oh, it would kill you. You definitely wouldn't want to know any. You wouldn't want to see that stuff. Trust me on that. I know you wouldn't want to see that. So don't let this thing make you become a germaphobe, but just make you become more aware of what you do every day. How many people you see? Sometimes just driving, I see it. You see somebody, pardon me with the graphicness, but they'll be shooting boogers out their nose while they're driving. And mind you, on top of that, they're eating. Got a sandwich in their hand, busting the sandwich down and shooting boogers out the window. Hanging your hand out the window, got the cigarette. Mind you, things can be airborne. So you got the cigarette hand out the window. So now whatever is out there in the air, whatever gets on his hands, he's putting it right in his mouth. Right? Then now later on, you're going to be touching your nose, touching your face. These are all entries into the body. The mouth, the nose, the eyes, all entryways into the body. You got to think about that. So you need to be more aware of what you do. Yes, wash your hands. Yes, sanitize. But keep that in mind that don't touch these areas. If you must, because everybody has to scratch their eye, nose, whatever, just make sure your hands is clean. And then after you do that, if you can, clean your hands again. If you have no access to clean your hands again, as soon as you can, then do so. I don't have Purell, but I got a sanitizer. I got hand sanitizer here in the car. And I also have wipes. Now that's not that I bought this stuff when the foolishness took off. I didn't get it then. I've been had this stuff in here. I always have that stuff in my car. That's just me. So you should, if you don't automatically do this stuff on your own, you should be doing that already anyway. Learn these practices now. Because cleanliness and hygiene is not going anywhere. Because this virus can go away, and then later on down the line, something else 3 times worse can pop up. And it may not be due to you washing your hands or whatever the case. It may be something else. You know, just practice good hygiene. You should automatically do that. But in the meantime, when you see tanks, army personnel, law enforcement, whatever in your town, don't freak out. If you're doing what you're supposed to do, you should have no issues. You ain't essential personnel, stay off the streets. Just stay home. Stay home. See, a lot of people that's not working right now, the good thing is their jobs are still paying them to be home. In most cases. With me, if I happen to not be working, I'm not going to get paid for it. Just my job. But it just so happens that I have to work, so I'm going to get paid. And essential personnel, you should know what that is already. You know that if you're a tattoo artist, nothing against tattoo artists. I got 6 tattoos. I love tattoos. You're not essential personnel. Don't get caught out there. Essential personnel, police, fire, ambulance, doctors, things like that. Those are essential personnel. So don't get caught out there. You don't want to get locked up for something stupid. Imagine having a criminal, free, clean record, a clean criminal record, and then now get locked up for some stupidness behind this stuff. Don't do that. Be smart. Wait this thing out. I can't say it'll be over before you know, because I have no idea. But the only thing I can tell you is be strong and bear with it. We'll get through it. Everybody's going to get through it. All right? You may learn some stuff while you home quarantining or whatever the case. You might come up with a great business plan or something. Who knows? But use your time wisely. Don't just sit around and get fat. Right? That's what all I got for y'all right now. But remember, they don't really care about us. You got to care about you. And always remember, faith, health, wealth, success.